Here, what's good YouTube, man? It's your boy Swag back at it again with another bang. And today I have what might be the most broken build in NBA 2K26. Like, this build might actually break the game. Like, the thumbnail does not deceive you. You do get Legend Set Shot Specialist and Legend Paint Patroller while also unlocking some dribble six to cook up on this 7-4 that I'm about to show you guys. Don't forget to hit that sub button, hit that like button, and turn on notice to not miss out on any build videos because I always drop the soup. Let's head straight to the build. Starting with the template, we're gonna go with the new tallest height of 7'4", and we're actually gonna go with minimum wingspan as well to get that 89.3, which does unlock a specific shooting badge that we'll talk about in a little bit. Now for weight, this is super important. You want to go exactly 244 pounds because it's the lightest you can be while still having that 92D board. And we want to be as light as possible while keeping that 92D board so we have the most speed on a big build like this. Heading into the attributes, we're going to start with the physicals. Now we're going to go with max speed of 42 agility, 89 strength, and a maxed out vertical of 70. Now that 89 strength is crucial and you'll see what we end up doing with that. And the 70 vertical is actually a requirement for the elite standing big man contact dunks, which we're also gonna get on this build. Moving on to rebounding, we're gonna go with a 92D board for that gold rebound chaser, as well as a 70O board. Now this is a build that on defense is gonna be around the basket, protecting the rim, and on offense is gonna be popping to the three, shooting over defenders, which is why we prioritize defensive rebound rating over the offensive. Moving on to defense, we're going to go with a 93 block for that gold anchor, as well as leaving our interior at an 84. Now 82 is a threshold for silver post move lockdown, and 84 doesn't really seem to give us anything, but we can't lower it under 84 because once we do, our strength rating begins to go down as well, and we need that 89 strength for what we're going to do with the build specialization. And again, I want to emphasize this is a rim protecting build. You want to be in the paint as much as possible because we're not raising our perimeter or steal rating up at all. Now moving on to playmaking, we're actually going to max out our ball handle to a 65 and our speed with ball to a 40. 40 speed with ball in specific does unlock some dribble styles, which is usually always better than using basic. And surprisingly, 65 ball handle does unlock a lot of good dribble moves, key ones being Giannis and Banchero. And if you guys remember last year, Giannis had one of the glitchiest crossovers in the game, and it doesn't show his animation here under crossovers, but I think it's because it's locked behind rep, like a lot of good animations were, because the Giannis cross was so good. And seeing how we can get Giannis's sigs for literally every other dribble move, I have no doubt that we'll eventually be able to get the Giannis cross. Now for pass sack, we're gonna go with a 90, which does unlock some good pass styles, and is a good place for future cap breakers so that you can eventually get like Hall of Fame dimer and Hall of Fame break starter. Moving on to shooting, we're gonna max our 3 to an 89, which unlocks silver limitless and gold set shot specialist. And a key note here is upgrading our midi by 1 to an 80 to unlock the shooting takeovers. As you can see, 3&D and glass gunner, you are required to have 80 plus rating for both midi and for 3. And then for free throw, we're gonna go to a 73. Not the best, but we focus on other parts of the build. Now moving on to finishing, we're gonna go with a 90 standing dunk, which unlocks gold rise up, as well as the elite big man contact dunks. And we're also gonna go 70 driving dunk, which unlocks a good amount of driving dunk packages. You guys should know the drill by now, man. It says 99 overall, but we are just now going to get into the most important part of the build, and that is the utilization of the build specialization and the new max plus 2s. So because this is like a pure stretch type of build, we're going to choose the shooting specialization. Now at first glance, you might be confused as to where we're going to use the 2 cap breakers that you get from the specialization, one at goal number 6 and one at goal number 8, because our 3 is already maxed out at an 89, and raising our midi or free throw by 2 kind of seems like a waste. However, remember that the 2 cap breakers from the specialization has to be used in that specific category, so in this case shooting, or it can be used on physical attributes. So in this case, we're going to specialize in shooting to get the extra max plus 2 and the extra max plus 1 for our shooting category, but we're going to use our 2 cap breakers that we gained from the quest on strength to get our strength from an 89 to a 91 for that gold brick wall. Now with our specialized max plus 2, we're going to raise our set shot from gold to legend, and with our max plus 1, raise our deadeye from silver to gold. Now you might think limitless is better than deadeye, And I agree with you, you're right. However, Limitless is a tier 2 and Deadeye is a tier 1. So with Limitless being a tier 2 badge on this build, we can use our regular max plus 2 to raise our Limitless from silver to half as our tier 2, and then raise our Paint Patroller from gold to legend as our tier 1. Finally, with our max plus 1s, we can raise Chase Down from bronze to silver with our tier 2, and either Rebound Chaser or Brick Wall, which is now gold since we do have the 91 strength, adding the 2 cap breakers. You can raise either your Rebound Chaser or Brick Wall from gold to half with that tier 1 max plus 1. So all in all, we're a 7-4 build with Legend Set Shot Specialist, Legend Paint Patroller, Hall of Fame Limitless, and either Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser or Hall of Fame Brick Wall, depending on which you think fits your style better. But just an insane build overall, man. And like I mentioned before, any future cap breakers can go on pass accuracy, so you can start getting many things like Hall of Fame Dimer and Hall of Fame Break Starter. As we continue to the end screen, you can see that the first comparison is none other than Wendy, and what's considered to be a stretch build, we get a crazy catfish name of Rim Reaping Inside Out Dimer. I mean, just an overall monster of a build. But if you're looking for more of a center build, that's not necessarily a stretch, but more for Pro-Am and being quick on the rotations and having steel and having perimeter on your build, let me show you guys quickly a Pro-Am popper right now. With this Pro-Am popper build, 7 foot seems to still be the best overall height with a nice balance of speed and height. So 7 foot, 258 pounds and a max wingspan of 7'6". Moving on to the attributes, we're going to max out our speed and agility to be the fastest on slips and pops on offense, and being fast as well on rotations on defense. We're going with a 91 strength for that gold brick wall, as well as an 80 vert to help with rebounding. Now moving on to rebounding, we're going to go with a 92 O board and a 90 D board. Now I know what you're probably thinking.
Swag, you said it's for comp prom. How's a comp center only going to have gold rebound chaser?
Trust me, I have a solution, just watch. Moving on to defense, we're going to go with a 76 interior for bronze post move lockdown, as well as silver off ball pass, which is really nice for bumping your opponent when he tries to cut on you. We're also going to go with a 62 perimeter for bronze immovable, so maybe the person you're guarding out the corner tries to rim run on you, you can now get some immovable bumps on them, or even just getting better shot contests in general when they try to shoot on you. Also, we're going to go with at least a 60 steal for that bronze interceptor. You'll see later on that we have leftover attributes and we end up going higher. But in Pro-Am, you definitely need to be able to steal the ball if it's coming at you, so having that bronze interceptor is really nice. Finishing off the defense is 84 block for that silver paint patroller. Now moving on to playmaking, if you hear comp Pro-Am, it's almost required for you to have 93 pass hack on your center for that Hall of Fame break starter, so you can throw clean and smooth passes on the break for easy points. Now for shooting, we're going with a max 3 of a 78, which unlocks silver set shot, and then we'll raise our free throw at the end. For finishing, we're going with our typical method of 90 standing for that gold rise up, as well as 75 driving, which unlocks a decent amount of good packages. Now we're a 98 overall, and with just a couple attributes left, we actually have enough to max out our steal to a 70, which does give us bronze glove and just a nice threshold to reach overall. And then we throw the rest on free throw for an 83 free throw. Now again, the build is a 99 overall, but we are not done. Let's talk about how we're going to utilize the build specialization and the max plus 2s. So with this build, we're going to specialize in rebounding. Now the 2 cap breakers that we gain from the quest are going to go to O board to get it from a 92 to a 94. Now this gives us Hall of Fame box hop beast, but we still only have gold rebound chaser, which for Pro-Am isn't that good. However, with the specialized max plus 2, we can now raise our rebound chaser from gold to legend, and with our max plus 1, raise our box out beast from half to legend. So with only an initial rating of 92 O board and 90 B board, utilizing the cap breakers and the max plus 2 and the max plus 1, we're able to get the rebound badges on legend. This is really helpful because we save so much attributes not having to upgrade our rebounding so high, which allows us to get high defense and high standing, max 3-pointer, 93 pass hack. We're pretty much able to get everything else we want doing this method of the rebound specialization. Now for our regular max plus 2s, we're going to raise our set shot from silver to half as our tier 1, and our high flying denier from silver to half as our tier 2. So even though we have max wingspan on a 7-footer, we're still able to get Hall of Fame shooting badges. And for our max plus ones, we're going to go with Brick Wall from Gold to HOF for our tier 1 and Dimer from HOF to Legend as our tier 2. As we advance to the end screen, you can see that we get the build name Lob Threat Glass Visionary, which is pretty cool. The first build was a 7-4 pure stretch Wemby Legend Paint Patroller type of build, kind of for like rec, not really made for Prime. The second build was a 7-footer for Prime 5s that you can use in competitive Prime. And lastly, I'm going to show you guys quickly an inside center version for competitive Prime. Quickly showing you guys the inside version. It's very similar to the popper I just showed you. 7 foot, 256 pounds, and a max wingspan of 7'6". You can see that we're doing the same method of rebound specialization to get the 2 rebound badges on Legend without sacrificing a lot. However, the biggest difference here is instead of the 78-3, we now have an 89 driving dunk, which gives us contact dunks and silver posterizer. We also have higher defense with the 82 post control and 88 block, and a little bit higher pass hack as well. Because we no longer have shooting, this changes the way we set up our max plus 2s and 1s entirely. Obviously, like I said, the specialization is the same, utilizing the cap breakers on rebounding and then getting both badges on Legend with the max plus 2 and 1. However, as we move on to the max plus 2s, you see that now instead of set shot, we can max plus 2 our rise up from Gold to Legend for our tier 1 and posterizer, which is a tier 2, from Silver to HOF. This instantly makes us a force to be reckoned with in the paint. And for our max plus 1s, we go with Brick Wall from Gold to HOF and Aerial Wizard from HOF to Legend. So as we sacrificed shooting on this build, it was only right that we now have souped up finishing with Legend Rise Up, Hall of Fame Posterizer, and Legend Aerial Wizard, as well as higher defense and higher pass hack. And as we load out of the build, we get the build name Glass Guardian Diming Dunker, which sounds pretty cool. And there you guys have it, man. The first build was a 7-4 high block stretch, kind of for like having fun in the rec. And then the second build was just a super well-rounded shooting center that can be used in Comp Prime. And then finally, this inside center build for Prime that has just insane finishing. Don't forget to hit that sub button, hit that like button, and turn on notice to not miss out on any more videos because I'm constantly dropping the best builds. Let me know in the comments which build you guys like the best, and if you're interested in seeing my full breakdowns for other builds I've made, click the video on the screen right now. Those are some of the best builds you can make. Until next time, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.